Happy New Year, everybody. Today I wanted to talk about a bill that was signed into law on December 26th of last year, known on Capitol Hill as the Omnibus Bill, which basically funded the government through September of this year. But it also included some legislation that's going to revise a number of different retirement rules. So you may remember back in 2019 what was called the Secure Act that passed. It, amongst other things, increased the required minimum distribution starting date from 70.5 to 72. It also eliminated the need to take required minimum distributions in the year 2020 when COVID hit. Well, this new bill includes an update to that Secure Act. So some of the changes I want to talk about, number one, have to do with the required minimum distributions that I just talked about. This new rule now increases the age another year to age 73. So if you haven't started taking required minimum distributions yet, you can wait until you're 73 to start. If you'd already started, you still got to continue to take them. But if you hadn't reached age 73, you can wait. And what it's going to do over the next 10 years or so is then increase that starting date for required minimum distributions to age 75 as well. Now, Roth IRAs and Roth 401ks have different required minimum distribution rules. You don't need to take required minimum distributions from Roth IRAs, but as of now, the IRS requires you to take required minimum distributions from Roth 401ks. So this bill kind of equals the playing field, where you're not going to have to take required minimum distributions from Roth 401ks. Just like you don't have to take them from Roth IRAs. So again, no required minimum distribution starting in 2024 on Roth 401ks, and there never has been a requirement to take them from Roth IRAs. Catch-up contributions. If you're over the age of 50, you're allowed to contribute a little bit more into IRAs, 401ks, and so forth. So right now on a 401k, you can add an extra $7,500 into the 401k. Above and beyond the $22,500 limit for this year. Starting in 2025, if you're between the age of 60 and 63, the IRS is going to allow you to contribute an additional greater of $10,000 or 150% of whatever the catch-up contribution limit is for that year. So, for example, say in the year you're going through this exercise, the catch-up contribution amount is $8,000. If you're between age 60 and 63, you can actually add an additional $12,000, so which is 150% of the catch-up $8,000 amount. And also beginning in 2024, 401k catch-up contributions will have to be designated as Roth contributions if your compensation is over $145,000 a year, and that's going to get indexed as time goes on as well. So that catch-up contribution can't go in as a traditional 401k. If you're, again, earning over $145,000, it will need to go in as a Roth 401k contribution. And the last change I wanted to go over has to do with 529 plans. Starting in 2024, any unused portion of a 529 may be moved directly into a Roth IRA in the beneficiary of that 529 person's name. So, of course, there's some restrictions associated with that. The 529 needed to be in place for the past 15 years. The amount converted can't exceed the amount contributed, plus earnings. It's got to be what they call a trustee to trustee transfer. So it just goes right from the 529 directly into the Roth IRA. And the amount transferred over, plus any contributions you may have made into a Roth IRA, can't exceed the limits for that given year as well. And there is a $35,000 lifetime limit of what can go from that 529 into a Roth IRA. So those are just some of the changes that came about with this bill that was signed into law at the end of last year. These are real high-level explanations of the changes. So if you have any more specific questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.